Right, question 19 then on the higher paper, paper 2, calculator paper. This is all about probability. There's a couple of things here. It's conditional probability, but it's also tree diagrams. I'm going to use tree diagrams to do this. Those are the videos for it. So, the driving theory test consists of 50 questions. At least 43 of these questions must be answered correctly to pass the test. For each question in the test, 4 possible answers are given. Only one of them's right. Waldo takes the test. He knows 78% of the facts. For each question based on these facts, he's obviously going to get the right answer. And all the other questions, he's going to randomly select one of the 4 possible answers. The question is selected at random. Calculate the probability that Waldo correctly answers the question. Now, it's a tree diagram question, this, I think this is the best way to do it. You can do it without a tree diagram, but it's a bit of a strange tree diagram because, let's think about it first. If it's one of the ones he knows, Waldo knows 78% of the facts, doesn't he? Okay, so that means that there's a 78% chance that it's one that he knows, which means there's a 22% chance that it's one that he doesn't. So that's the first sort of cluster of branches. Of the ones that he doesn't know, he's got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right and a 3 out of 4 chance of getting it wrong. Okay? And we want to now calculate the probability that Waldo correctly answers the question. Now, there are 2 ways here to get through this tree diagram. The reason here, by the way, that we haven't got another branch is because if he knows the answer, he's getting it right, isn't he? There's no 1 out of 4, 3 out of 4, or anything like that for that. He only uses the 1 out of 4, 3 out of 4 if he doesn't know. So we have 0.78, but we also have that method through. So to get it right, if it's one of the ones he knows, it's 0.78. Here we have to do 0.22 and then times a quarter. Okay, so we do that on your calculator. 0.22 times a quarter, 0.25, gives me 0.005 there. Sorry, 0.055. So if there's 2 ways that he could get the question right, either knowing it, which is 78%, 0.78, or not knowing it and guessing it right, the probability goes that is 0.055. Then we add them 2 things together. So I'll add 0.78 to that, and I get an answer of 0.835. Okay, so that's the probability that he'll get a question right, any single question. Part B, is Waldo likely to pass his driving test? Well, what this tells me is that there's a 0.835 chance of getting any of the questions right. So if I want to figure out how many questions he's probably going to get right, I just times that by how many questions there are. Well, if I do 0.835 times by the 50 questions at the start, it will tell me how many he's going to get right. So I times that by 50, gives me 41.75. So even if you round that up to 42, would he get it right? Would he pass the test? No, because he needs at least 43. Okay, right, let's have a look at the mark scheme for this one then. So, M1 says you have to basically show that you are considering 0.78 times 1, which is effectively just that one, 0.78, and attempts to consider the other 22%. So the fact that we've got this tree diagram where with the 22% there, the 0.22, and then something else going on from there means that we would get that M1 mark. 0.22 times a quarter gets us a second method mark. Adding them 2 things together gets us a third method mark, and then getting 0.835 or 83.5% gets us the final accuracy mark. Right, and part B. Probability from part A times by 50 gets me a method mark. 41.75, and interpretation no gets me the accuracy mark.